Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How does it even make sense that a group of people can lie and misquote absolute truth? Does this even make sense to you? Imagine living a life based on lies. Well, it is happening as I speak. Comprehend, hear, and picture this. The far right Sanatani Hindu supremacists' hatred on Islam has grown, such that it has led them to indulge deep in their disbelief to the extent that they have started to hide facts as well as misquoting, lying upon Quran and the Hadith. Same was done while talking about the rights of women in Islam. Unfortunately, answering them is just like jumping into an endless pit of cursing, foul mouthing with no positive outcome. As I have stated in the previous video, the best way to answer such people is to turn the table back at them. Yes, you need to know that Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma has been allergic to rights of women. Yes, you heard it right. Either there are very less rights for women in Hinduism or no rights at all. In order to understand the rights given to a woman in Hinduism, one needs to know the definition of a woman according to Hinduism. It is mentioned in Mahabharata 13, section 40, saying, I shall also tell you, O king, how women were created by the grand Zaya Brahman and the object for which they were created by him. There is no creature more sinful, O son, than woman. Woman is a blazing fire. She is the illusion, O king, that the Data Maya created. She is the sharp edge of the razor. She is poison. She is snake. She is fire. She is verily all these united together. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.26, it says that thereupon for sexual pleasure, begetting offspring and tasting heavenly nectar, the Lord developed the genitals, and thus there is the genital organ and its controlling deity, the Prajapati. The object of sexual pleasure and the controlling deity are under the control of the genitals of the Lord. In the commentary of this verse, Swami Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, he writes, the heavenly pleasure for the conditioned soul is sexual pleasure, and this pleasure is tasted by the genitals. The woman is the object of sexual pleasures, and both the sense perception of sexual pleasure and the woman are controlled by Prajapati, who is under the control of Lord's genitals. The impersonalist must know from this verse that the Lord is not impersonal, for he has his genitals on which all the pleasurable objects of sex depends. And it does not stop there. In Shiv Purana, section 5, Uma Samhita, chapter 24, Nature of Woman, verses 15 to 35, the woman is described in more detail. If you read verse 16, it says, there is none more sinning and more sinful than woman. Women are the roots of all sin. This you know already. Verses 17 to 20 say that they might have husbands of good knowledge, of ample wealth, of great comeliness, and pleasing to them. But when they get opportunities for erring, they do not wait. O Holy Lord, this is the evil practice of all of us women, that we resort to sinful men, casting off all shame and shyness. Women love only those persons who solicit their company, who approach them intimately, who render them a little bit of service. Women usually do not observe the limitations of conventional decency. Verses 32 to 33 say that women do not brook their husbands who may give all that they love, who may honor and console them, and who may look after them well. Women do not remain satisfied and contented with so much, with simple love and pleasures, and with ornaments and money, as with illicit love pursued by them with other men. If we jump to Srimad Bhagavatam 9:14-36, it states, Urvashi said, my dear king, you are a man, a hero. Don't be impatient and give up your life. Be sober and don't allow the senses to overcome you like foxes. Don't let the foxes eat you. In other words, you should not be controlled by your senses. Rather, you should know that the heart of a woman is like that of a fox. There is no use making friendship with women. In the commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam, Swami Prabhupada writes, Chanakya Pandita has advised, never place your faith in a woman or a politician. Unless elevated to spiritual consciousness, everyone is conditioned and fallen. What to speak of women who are less intelligent than man? Women have been compared to Shudras and Vaishyas in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 32. Srimad Bhagavatam 9:14, 37-38 states that women as a class are merciless and cunning. They cannot tolerate even a slight offense. For their own pleasure, they can do anything irreligious, and therefore they do not fear killing even a faithful husband or brother. Women are very easily seduced by men. Therefore, polluted women give up the friendship of a man who is their well-wisher and established false friendship among fools. Indeed, they seek newer and newer friends one after another. The commentary on it by Swami Prabhupada says, because of her nature, a woman can respond to even a slight offense from her husband by not only leaving him but even killing him if required. To say nothing of her husband, she can even kill her brother. That is a woman's nature. Therefore, in the material world, unless women are trained to be chaste and faithful to their husbands, there cannot be peace or prosperity in society. His commentary further says that because women are easily seduced, the Manu Samhita enjoins that they should not be given freedom. A woman must always be protected either by her father, by her husband, or by her elderly son. If women are given freedom to mingle with men like equals, which they now claim to be, they cannot keep their propriety. The nature of a woman, as personally described by Urvashi, is to establish false friendship with someone and then seek new male companions one after another, even if this means giving up the company of a sincere well-wisher. Srimad Bhagavatam 2:7-46 describes women as someone who leads sinful lives. It states surrendered souls, even from groups leading sinful lives, such as women, the laborers class, the mountaineers and the Siberians, or even the birds and beasts, can also know about the signs of Godhead and become liberated from the clutches of the illusory energy by surrendering it unto the pure devotees of the Lord and by following in their footsteps in devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam 7:7-54 describes women as unintelligent, also in comparison with Shudras, the lowest caste in Hinduism. It states, O my friends, O sons of demons, everyone, including you, Yaksas, Rakshasas, the unintelligent woman, Shudras and cowherd men, the birds, the lower animals, and the sinful living entities can revive his original, eternal, spiritual life and exist forever simply by accepting the principles of Bhakti Yoga. Manusmriti chapter 2 verse 13-14 says, the image of a woman, it draws the image of a woman as the one who corrupts men. It states it is very the nature of a woman to corrupt men. It is for this reason that the wise are never unguarded regarding women. In this world, women are capable of leading astray the ignorant as well as the learned, who becomes a servile follower of desire and passion. Manusmriti chapter 3 verse 239 literally compares women with pigs and dogs, prohibiting them to look, let alone sit with a Brahmin eating his food. It says the candela, the pig, the cock, as also the dog, the unclean woman, and the eunuch should not look at the Brahmanas while eating. That is just the definition of a woman. We are not even touching the rights of a woman in this video. And yet, does it make sense that these very same Hindus who clearly have a problem with Islam do not know what the definition of a woman is in their own religion? Does this sound right by any chance? We will talk about this in part 2, about the due rights given to women by Hinduism. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.